Well, almost good morning. Yeah, it's 11:29. I'm making an egg sandwich for Polly to take to work so he can have it on his way to work. And I'm going to wrap the sandwich in some parchment paper and then foil on top of it so he could take it out of the foil and just pop it in the microwave. So I have my parchment sheets all ready to go. Once the eggs are fried, the yolks set up and the whites are all non-liquidy, I just added a little salt and pepper. I'll do a squeeze of hot sauce and then I'll take them off and put them on a paper towel lined plate. And then what I'll do is I'll cut the Portuguese bun in half and just fry the insides on the pan. Whatever, I used less than 1 pat of butter. And then I'll wrap up his sandwich and then I'll make him a peanut butter and fluff for lunch. And I think I have a pear to give him, or an orange, maybe an orange. So I'm hoping to send him off to work with a lunch so he's not tempted to buy junk along the way. And I have a big sports water bottle all ready for him to go. I'm going to pop that in the fridge. So in the mornings when he leaves, I yell down to him to remind him to bring his cell phone, his wallet, and his lunch. So that's my little routine in the mornings. So I thought I'd share it with you. Well, it's my routine late at night, right before I go to bed. So I'm going to cook this and then do the dishes. And that way I can start the morning off with a clean kitchen. Peanut butter and fluff. Doesn't that bring you back memories of childhood? Check out the size of the yolk. It's almost all yolk. Like the proportioned yolk to white. That's a fresh egg. That's the one that was laid this morning, both of these. So I've already kind of buttered up one of the buns, one side. And I'm just gonna, toast up the other side. And then layer the sandwich with a little hot sauce. Clean up and go to bed. And I will see you in a sec. So I'm back in my office and it's morning now. Welcome. I know the previous clip was from the night before, but I just wanted to show you what I was making for Polly for breakfast to take to work. So I have a report running, so I'm just kind of sitting it and babysitting it, and there's nothing specific that I need to do to help it along. So since I'm already sitting at my desk, I thought I would organize some of my craft supplies that are kind of on the smaller side. So I grabbed the Dollar Tree containers, and they come 10 to a pack. And what I've been doing is just opening up these little packets. You know, we all have them, either jewelry supplies or, these crafting embellishments, which are fabulous to have on hand, but it's a little less conducive to them being used if they're not readily accessible and easy to grab. So I thought these would be perfect. So what I've done is I've just used a single container for each type of item, and I just left what the item name is inside. This way I can easily identify it, and I could certainly label them with my P-Touch on the outside or on the lid, probably on the one of the or two of the sides, because then they're easily stackable. They can also go into a bigger container, kind of like those shoebox type, and keep them all together. So I thought I'd just give you a quick heads up. Now they have them in these rectangles, and they have them in the rounds. So I think they also have them with black lids, but the ones with the black lids are just small. I think they're a little larger in size individually, but there's fewer to a pack. And if I find them, I think I know where I put them, I'll show them to you in a sec. So these are the containers that they're also Sure Fresh, but they're, I think for the freezer, and that might be why there's only 4. So the 10 per pack are definitely bigger bang for your buck, especially if you're not planning on storing food in them. They're food safe. Same Sure Fresh, and they fit 2.3 fluid ounces or 68 ml. And they're just a little more than a quarter cup. Also, so these are freezer safe as well. So that's definitely a better price. And they come in the rectangle and these rounds. So I'm gonna get the rest of my stuff put away while my report is finishing up. And hopefully this will motivate me to get some projects done. I haven't made a crafty project in a while. Don't you agree that this is a much better way to keep those little packets all together? So all I did is, because the packets had a label on them. Here, I'll show you one that I haven't done yet. Right there. So all I did is cut the label off and put it inside the container. So now I can keep everything organized. Which is great because I found a couple embellishments that I want to use on a project that I have in mind. So now I have them all at the ready. I think what I'm going to do is just pop them into plastic, you know, one of those clear plastic shoe boxes. I have an extra one in the other room. And that way all the small embellishments will be together. And it does have a lid, so it'll be easier to corral all of these. They do, however, also fit into, like, see this tower that I have? But that's full. If I had another one, I could easily fit them in those 3 little drawers. Because they're, like, you can utilize your Tetris skills when you put them away. But for now, I'm just going to put them in a plastic shoebox. If you ever wonder why sometimes it takes me longer to do things on my desk, it's because sometimes I have a desk helper. She begged until I picked her up, so I'm essentially doing everything with one hand. And the snoring you hear is from Moses, who's sleeping directly behind my chair. She's camera shy, but she sure loves to snuggle. Right, Mush? Okay, back to work. She's doing QC on my work, that's what it is. So I was getting hungry, and I realized that I have everything I hand to make something tasty. So this might not look the prettiest or the most attractive, but and because last night's meal was so carb laden between the beans and the rice, I wanted to not have any today. So what this is chopped up sausage patty, and you can use either regular pork, beef patties. I think they're mostly pork. Or you can use turkey patties, or you can use veggie patties. It doesn't matter. But they were in my freezer, so quick little tip. In order to, to dice them nicely, because I didn't want to cook the whole round patty. I wanted to have them diced in throughout the vegetables. I cut them with a serrated knife while they were still frozen. And then I sauteed them in my non-stick pan. And then just about when they were done, I added probably 2 heaping tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. Because the patties tend to be on the saltier side, I didn't add any salt whatsoever. The balsamic is sweeter, so it kind of cuts through that really rich meat flavor and the saltiness. And then I sauteed up, I took all the meat out of the pan, and I sauteed up some green beans that we put up, well, we froze, blanched and froze from our garden. So it's both yellow and green. I think yellows came from a friend of Polly's. The green ones are from our garden. I just sauteed them to thaw them out. Again, they were in the freezer. And then to top them, I added these little French fry onions. You know, you're all familiar with them. It's the ones that come typically on a green bean casserole around the holidays. We had an open resealable tin, and I thought, oh, well, that might add nice texture, a little bit of sweetness. So really low carb. Those onions, I think, are 3 grams or 3 grams of carbs, so 1%. Really, really low. So there's the challenge that I posed to everyone yesterday. And the #1 comment that I've had so far is lower carbs. So this would make a very nice, a very hearty side dish or an entire meal. So I'm having it as my meal in a bowl, and I'm finishing up work. So there you go. I didn't do it on camera because I did it so fast. I didn't even think about grabbing my camera into the kitchen, but there you go. I explained to you exactly what I did. Really easy and actually quite tasty. I'm gonna take a nap. I'll see you guys later. So I decided to mix things up for Polly's breakfast, for both of us. And I'm making this quick bread, but into the muffin. There's muffin instructions on the back. And I'm using my cute little IKEA liners. So I'm going to assemble a scoop of the batter, scoop of the streusel, scoop of the batter. It says it makes 12, but these are the really large muffin pans, so we'll see how many. I might just fill 12. I mean 6. I'll show you what it look like. Oh, and then there's jam topping when they cool. So there's a scoop of batter, and I'm just going to put a little of the streusel in each one, and then batter over it. Yeah, I definitely made just 6 of these giant muffins, but that's fine. So I'm going to put a little more streusel and then pop them in the oven. Perfect. Just enough streusel for the tops of each of these 6 giant muffins. They're going in the oven on 375. It doesn't say for how long. Oh, 18 to 21 minutes. Okay, I will check in 15. So there's the streusel muffins out of the oven. They're gonna cool, and Polly will get one for breakfast, and I'll have one for breakfast. And he just came home, and you have to see what he brought. He said, "Oh, don't you want to show a haul?"
Because he loves his wife.
That's right. So he stopped in to get some windshield wiper fluid, and then remembered that I was almost out of antacids. So he picked up, they had a deal at CVS, buy 2 get 1 free, but they only had 2 of this kind, so they gave him the third one of Tums. That's really good. So that's it for me for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys watching, and Polly, see, he appreciates it as well. Don't forget to thumbs up. It's free for you and it helps me out, and I will see you all tomorrow, probably having this luscious muffin with coffee. Thanks for watching, everybody. I almost forgot to show you the muffins with the topping on it. So yeah, there you go. That might be today's thumbnail.